Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George. Last time we've had some really interesting developments here. We're on the second last video before the finale. We're going to watch 21, 22. Then we have 23, 24 next video. Oh, boy. So, interesting developments with the king and the prince. They had quite an interesting standoff. And now they're kind of prepping themselves for the king's assassination or the potential assassination. Or not only that, but they're also thinking of killing the other prince as well. So
His
how
own
do you
brother,
think, as we get to the end of the season, how do you think are we going to accomplish these things? Are things not going to go right? What do you think's going on here?
Such a great question, because we still have the Askeladd and Thorfinn conflict to settle. So how's that even going to go? I always thought that Askeladd was going to somehow die in the end, but
starting to doubt that now.
Thorfinn was going to be robbed of any satisfaction. That theory is completely gone out the window. I think Askeladd's going to live, frankly. I don't think he's gonna die at all. And I think Thorfinn somehow is gonna come around.
Think he's gonna forgive
be by
him?
The prince's side. I don't know if he's gonna necessarily forgive Askeladd, but he'll go with the prince. So it'll be more of like while the prince is alive, you're safe.
Right.
And then if something were to happen to the prince, any form of truce that we might have is over, and I'm back to my old ways, trying to kill you. But who knows?
I feel like this has more been Askeladd's story than it has been Thorfinn. When I'm thinking about like the character development that Thorfinn has had, it's almost zero, right? Like he's very much stagnated as a human being. And we've seen more change in Askeladd over the last several episodes than anything. We've seen his true colors. And
we've seen the most character development out of Canute, yeah.
So, I mean, are we even going to get character development out of Thorfinn? Like, what is going on with that?
I hope we do, even if it's not this season, but at least season 2, and Thorfinn grows into his own. I mean, he's got such potential, right? Being the child of Thors, the sky's the limit for him. So he's got both Thorkell's bloodline and Thors' bloodline running through his veins. If there ever was a potential to be a freaking super soldier, dude, it's freaking.
That's a good point.
It's freaking Thorfinn. So, yeah, as far as like what'll happen with the king, I want to say that like the series will end with Canute becoming the new king.
Okay,
and then season 2 will deal with him trying to bring about his plans, which I don't envy him at all. It's going to be a tough road. And I fear that he will lose himself along the way. I don't think his good desires will remain. He's got great intentions, but the task he's taken upon himself is insane. As the saying goes, fools rush in where angels dare not tread. So like he's going into the freaking belly of the beast, and he's gonna find out that trying to change human nature is nigh impossible. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So what you're saying is that he's gonna frick around and find out.
Yes, pretty much.
All right, fair enough.
He'll discover the will of the crown firsthand, I think.
Yeah,
not now, but I think second season's gonna be about that.
I can see that for sure. All right, well, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. 21 reunion. Will he see?
Oh boy.
Will he see Thorfinn?
Dude, he's really aged, man.
Yeah. Dang, he's been unwavering in his promise.
Dude, he's such a frickin' bro, man.
Oh, it's them.
You think they're gonna meet?
I hope they do.
Oh, they're going right by him.
Yeah, seriously. He saw him. He saw him.
Oh, he recognized
Holy crap.
Askeladd. Oh,
Dang, dude.
oh, frick.
Who's that? An assassin or something?
Hmm.
例えば殿下とトルケル殿にそれぞれ別の領地を与え孤立させる。それは法
That would be smart.
命令でもある。煮るも焼くも陛下次第なんだ。
Dude, Askeladd is so freaking brilliant.
Yeah, dude. Oh. Get the people on your side. Dang.
You're right.
あなたのここで死ぬってことですよ。
What?
This is a setup. This is a setup. Yeah, this has been a setup since the beginning. The assassin doesn't know that he was set up, though. This poor guy. Oh. Is he gonna see
No way.
Thorfinn right now?
No way.
Please do. Holy crap. He's right there. Thorfinn's
Dude.
right here.
Is he gonna recognize him?
I hope he does. Come on, come on. Please. Please. Was Thorfinn too young to recognize him?
Oh.
He can't be. Bro, shut up, dude. There's an important meeting that's happening.
Bro, his arm's in a sling.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow, he's famous.
Yeah. His story has traveled far and wide, dude.
No kidding.
Come on, Thorfinn.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh.
It was a lady?
What? Oh. Dude, they had this girl die for him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's messed up, dude. Dude, this is what I'm saying, man. He's embarking on a road. This is the first step. This is the first step. He's having someone else killed on his behalf. Like, if this is the first step, dude, you only go down from here. Where does it end, right?
That's pretty fricked.
I knew she was dead. Oh, she's not dead yet. Oh. This is so sad, dude. Oh, he's still on that then. Consumed by revenge, dude.
Wow.
Holy crap. The voice of reason, bro. Listen to it, man.
Oh,
悪いな。
Bjorn.
いいやじゃねえか、ビョルン。そういや、アトリのやつがな、お前に詫び入れたいって言ってたぜ。戦場での切った切られたは恨みっこなしだ。
what an interesting philosophy.
Yeah. I don't nurse.
お前、足の具合はどうだ。ちっとくれ剣を使うのに触りはねえ。なら明日。
Bjorn
Aw,
gonna die?
I don't know. He didn't look super well.
アシェラットか。やりおるな。
Too clever.
そうだね。これじゃあ夜もおちおち寝られやしない。
Dang. The talk of the town, dude.
Yeah.
それについちゃちょっと面白い話があるんだ。
It's happening without even needing to like.
Yeah, they're gonna seed the information
Yeah.
here, I bet.
朝程度の話。
Yep.
Yeah, he's planting the seeds, dude.
What a frickin' guy here.
デンマーク王家の跡目争いはみなしてる。そこへこの暗殺未遂と噂。
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
これがどう影響するかな。その通りです。
Ah, because then people will know.
天下から奪ったり、
Hmm.
激戦地へ送り込んだりすれば噂の後押しになります。
Right.
King's after his own son.
軍民の己に対する
Turning the people against him and didn't have to even draw a blade.
小殺しなんてのは
Yeah, but this also makes it so people will suspect the king, and if the king separates them
Yeah.
now, then they'll be like, oh, he's definitely against the son. So he has to keep them together, right? Like, it's freaking
Yep.
genius.
主へ回るの。そういうのどこで教わるわけ。
And
力押し
when eventually he takes out the king, there's an air of self-defense, self-preservation. So it'll look
Sure.
less bad.
が戦じゃねってことだよ。
Yeah.
感服しましたぞ、アシェラット殿。
This guy's a weak link.
見つけたようなものだ。それはどうも。軍なるが来るなら今の話を今夜中に伝えるでしょう。確認のためトルフィンに尾行させています。
軍なるが患者であればどうする？殺すか？
I think you can do.
任せましょう。
No, they concede false info to him.
That's true. Yeah.
王陛下側に知ってもらいましょう。私の作戦は完成。
Oh my gosh, bro. Askeladd. Ever devious.
という男は
Dude, he's having more fun with this than he's ever had on the battlefield, I bet.
100%.
This is his whole game.
家か。決まりだな。立ち会い人は私が務める。
Hmm.
私が辞めろと言ったら決闘は終わりだ。双方良いな。
I don't
Look at
think so.
Thorkell. Thorkell's like grinning from ear to ear.
実は戦略がありまして、時期ここに。
Got a champion on his behalf. Hmm.
悪いな、トルフィン。
What?
すぐ済む。
承知した。始めよ。
Oh, frick. Why?
To make Thorfinn attack Bjorn, maybe?
No, they're fighting each other. He wants to die a warrior's death. That's gotta be what it is.
賢い。
Maybe, yeah.
死んだ仲間たちも、自分自身でさえも、
Wow.
あんたと友達になりたかったんだ。
Oh.
Dang, dude.
Ooh, wow.
Jeez.
すまん。急所を外しちまった。すぐ楽に。アシェラット、あんたと友達。ああ、ビョルン、お前は俺のたった一人の
And he kills him, dude.
友達だ。
A warrior's death. I think you were right.
さて。
Dude, he is not gonna be in the mood for frickin' games now.
Yeah. Jeez, I'm so glad we get one more episode. Holy crap.
Oh, frick.
I could not have waited an entire week on this freaking cliffhanger. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Wow.
Wow,
So-
dude. I don't quite know what to say. What a freaking world these guys live in. Terrible. Jeez.
So what's it gonna be, George? What's gonna happen?
I just don't see Askeladd dying. I really don't. I don't see Thorfinn or Askeladd dying. Maybe between the two, I'd say Thorfinn wins, but I just can't see. Askeladd is such a like core pillar of the show now that with his death, I don't know. Then again, maybe this is what sends the Prince Canute down the inevitable road to ruin, because right now he can pin all the evil deeds and he can satiate his conscience by pinning all the evil stuff on Askeladd. Oh well, it was Askeladd who put the buddy double for me. It was Askeladd that did all this. He's willing to get his hands dirty while I can pretend that my hands are clean.
You're saying from a morality perspective.
Yes.
I think he's already doing that. He's already doing that blame on Askeladd. He
is. And
Yeah.
he'll be able to continue to do so, but with Askeladd out of the picture, he'll have to dirty his own hands himself.
I see what you're
so
saying.
maybe this is what leads the prince down, down the evil path. But at the same time, like I said, he's such a pillar of the show. I can't picture this without him. So, and I can't picture the show without Thorfinn either. So, and they showed in this episode that his hatred is the same as it ever was. I thought that it was like maybe cooling off a little bit, but no, it continues.
It's red hot as the
Same.
day it was freaking conceived.
Yeah. Which just makes it all the sadder, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's
been
he's
carrying
just-
that the whole time.
He's been carrying that this whole time. The stuff that he's had to do, the hell he's seen, the evil he's had to witness and,
Commit.
perpetrate and commit. Yeah, like it's just, why? Why, dude? His mom's dying. His sister, who the frick knows what's up with her? She could be married with babies by now. Like he might have like nieces and nephews that he's never met. And for what, dude? Like it's just pointless. And I think it was great that they showed how pointless Bjorn's death was just now. Like it didn't need to happen. He wanted to die a warrior's death. That's not real. There's no warrior's death, dude. He just died for nothing. And so now they're going to show the same thing. And I don't think any of them will die. But if they do, it's going to be another death for nothing. And
to be fair, Bjorn did seem like he was dying. I guess he seemed like
potentially
he was sick or something.
he was sick. Yeah, and I guess last episode, Askeladd did say he doesn't have very long. But like, I guess you never know for sure, right? Like he could have pulled through. I don't know if he's able to like trek out in the snow all this way and all this. Like part of me wants to think whatever was going on with him with some bed rest and like proper nutrition and whatever, if you can get that back in the day. But like it makes me think that he would have been fine, right?
Right.
So
Well,
I don't know. And even if like he was fine, and I know this is the culture, the Viking culture, or at least how they're portraying it, of like you want to die a warrior's death so you can reach Valhalla, but like it was still pointless, like for Askeladd to have to kill his friend. Like why, dude? Like it just I don't know. They don't glorify any of it at all, and I think that is fantastic. It is such a great writing choice to just show it all gritty and raw.
right.
And it's great. It's fantastic. It's so
it makes
good.
it so much more impactful and sorrowful, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not, there's no like bombastic music. It's like sad, mellow music.
Yeah.
Askeladd's clearly worried that he didn't get the killing blow right away, and
Dude,
Bjorn's
that's
suffering.
so freaking awful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it's just dumb.
Senseless killing, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
well, so
And here we are for our entertainment, bro. Are we really that different than the Romans? I guess it's all animated. We're not actually
George,
watching it.
there's a big freaking difference, okay?
I saw this meme the other day of like it's like a camera panning over a concert, and like the people are like, "Yeah, let's go, let's freaking go!" And like the caption was like, "Romans drunk on wine at 10 a.m. waiting for a dude to 1v1 a lion." Like it's just
Oh my gosh. We're not
our
so different.
entertainment.
There's
Yeah,
some key
it's-
factors that make it quite different, but at the end of the day, we're not too
Yes.
different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you ready for what comes next, George?
Let's do it. I never will be, but I think that's the point. So let's keep going.
Let's do it.
22 Lone Wolf.
Hmm.
Oh jeez.
Oh man. A crestfallen Askeladd.
Yeah.
どちらでも構わぬ。どちらも死なぬうちに止める。
Oh boy.
お
いいこと言うなよ。アシェラッドかな。奴に銀1ポンド。
かけぬぞ。なぜそう思うトルフィンはそなたに勝ったのであろう。アシュラットはそれ以上か。
てめえ王子。
Oh no.
3人の中でこの俺様が一番弱えとかありえねえだろうが。来い。
Jeez.
Oh boy.
Jeez, dude. Thorfinn, dude. Oh.
Oh, jeez. Getting destroyed.
Yeah, dude.
気の訂正勝負になってねえやこりゃこの二人相当やってんな決闘の理由は
知らぬ。聞いていない。
Oh, jeez.
いい加減うんざりするぜ
やめよそこまでだ
Oh, frick.
He's not gonna listen.
やめろ
Jeez, dude. What? Oh,
もうよ
what a show of freaking dominance, dude.
ああ本当に止めやがんの
トルフィンおいトルフィン気を失ったのだすでにとどめを刺されている
そのバカはバカだから負ける普段はちったすぐにブチ切れてでけえ声で自分を振り回すのはバカの戦だどいつもこいつも美しさをかけるもありゃ
Dude, he hates the Danes, dude.
夜の言う通りさ俺は戦士ってのは大嫌いだノルド戦士バイキングは特にな
Wow.
Jeez.
初めて殺した相手もノルド戦士だった俺の親父だ
Wow.
Whoa.
まずは工学のために教えてやろう憎い相手の殺し方をな
Oh my gosh. That's so freaking metal, dude. Holy frick.
Dang. Don't do it honorably. Do it from the back.
See, I interpreted that as like keeping your cool. Like you remember Askeladd fights so like kind of calm and gracefully. And that one time he got really pissed, he freaking obliterated that one dude and then was like, "Oh frick, I shouldn't get like heated." So I interpret that as like to be calm and to fight.
There's
with a
probably
clear
that
head.
too, right? It's probably
Yeah.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
俺は奴隷の母親から生まれた体はいつも灰やすすや馬のクソやらで
Dude, they're gonna make us frickin' sympathize.
ついたあだ名が
Frickin' Askeladd, man.
灰まみれって意味だ
Ah.
オーラフ様が帰っていらしたぞ
親父のお気に入りの奴隷だったそうだが病を得てからは犬と同じ扱いだった
Jeez,
Terrible.
dude.
生きることが辛い
How can you live with
どっちも
yourself?
当たり前のことだったが、おふくろは英雄復活の伝説を信じていた。自分を病や奴隷身分から解き放ってくれるものの再来をな。あんまり繰り返すもんだからよ。俺も信じるようになった。はるか
Poor
西
kid.
の彼方、英雄アルトリウスの住む楽土があるという。
Vinland.
Yeah, right.
Similar to the tale freaking Thorfinn heard.
不老不死が約束されたおふくろの一族はそれを待ち続けた。
She repeated it for herself, not necessarily for him.
だが考えてもみろよ。もし本当にご先祖様がそんないいところに暮らしてるならよ。
Why would he come back?
こんな世界に帰ってくるわけやね。俺が11の時ついにおふくろの心が折れた。
Dad's about to kill her.
Oh no.
英雄アルトリウスと勘違いしたらしい。
Oh, he looks so much alike.
Oh.
わかるか若造ども。誰かがやらねばならん。英雄でも神でもね。誰か。
Oh, frick.
Wow.
So he became that someone. Oh. Wow.
不思議なもんだ。初めて使ったのに、剣は俺の手によく馴染んだ。どう振ればいいのか
Dang.
分かっていた。体に目の前のクソ野郎の血が流れている証拠だと思った。情けねえ話さ。涙が
Oh no.
わしの子か。
He was
見
impressed.
込みがある。
Yeah.
今日から館に進め。さすがに11歳のガキにやれる相手とは思ってなかった。
Wow. Holy frick.
まずは親父の目に留まること。腹違いの兄貴たちともうまくやってた。
Dude. The cunning of this
Crazy.
guy, man. Since the beginning.
いつも親父を立てるように気を使ってね。
Oh my gosh, dude. Conniving from the very first.
Yeah.
What about his mother?
周りも身内もすっかり俺を親父の子として受け入れるようになっ
Jeez. I think they showed in the past he would still go to his mom to help
た
her.
作業に。
Oh.
Ah, you're right, George.
狙いは2つ。お前らにも見せてやりたかった。
It's the only, well, I guess it's not the only way, but
Wow.
doing it honorably is not advantageous.
兄貴の剣だ。奴から選んで盗んだ。
Oh my
こ
gosh.
の兄貴たちは犯人と思い込んでリンチにかけちまいやね。全く単純な奴らだぜ。
Holy frick.
Dang, dude. The way he sees them.
美しくねえ奴らがそこら中から湧いて出てきて幅を利かせやがる。アルトリウスでもラグナロクでも最後の審判でも何でもいいからよ。
Jeez, dude.
急いでもらいたいもんだ。
Poor Askeladd, man. He hates the world.
まあそん時は俺も。
Man, you remember that time where Thorfinn came into the room at the beginning and was going to
Yes.
kill him? And
had the
Askeladd was
option.
like, you frickin' should have done it while you had the chance. Man.
Yeah.
Frick.
10年以上かけて俺一
Oh,
人
there-
倒せないお前。
Oh, I thought you said you had a chance over a decade ago.
って話さ。茶番みてえな決闘に付き合ってやるだけで、あのトルケルにまでホイホイ挑んでいくんだもんな。
Jeez, dude.
便利なガキだよ。
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
Holy frick.
Bro, you've been played, Thorfinn, man.
トールズにも感謝しねえとな。
Jeez.
Oh, man.
He broke him, dude.
情けねえ。
なぜ私なのだ。
Wow, what a question.
ご冗談でしょ。
Hmm.
聞いてなかったんですか？
King always gets the target on his back.
あなたの方が王にふさわしい。顔見りゃわかります。
Ah, frick.
ただのバイキングですよ。
He believes himself a monster already.
Wow. Thorfinn, what have you done with your life, man? Finally realizing, hopefully. That scene was epic. He's so helpless.
Whoa, dude.
Wow, dude. That was insane. That was insane. Holy crap.
It just doesn't end the way you would think, right? It's not like
even worse.
Yeah.
Even worse than what I was thinking. Like having closure for one of them would have been like, I guess Thorfinn even has some sort of closure now. Like this seems somewhat of a pivotal moment for him, but oh man, it was just a whole lot of nothing that Thorfinn has done with his life.
Yeah, like you would think the typical anime ending is he gets revenge and wins, right? Or something, but like this is just like, you know, nobody frickin' has won here. And it's only the realization of all the loss that you've really had is the last thing that you have here at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's portrayed so well. The writing, I've gone on and on about the writing before, about how good it is. It's masterclass, man. It's so good. Yeah. Thorfinn has had the opposite of character development. He's had anti-development. He's just gone down, man.
True.
Gone down this empty, pointless road.
Yeah. Character degradation.
And so has Askeladd. I mean, I sympathize with him. He had a terrible life, a terrible upbringing, like stuff that no child should have to bear and have to see. And then now he's at the point where he just hates the world. He hates it. He literally sees that there's no other way around it except through, you know, the things that he said, Ragnarok, the final judgment, whatever it is, right? Something comes and ends it all.
Right.
And he hopes it happens soon.
But does he really feel that way though?
Yes. I think does
he? Because he is trying to set up the king to be someone that changes the world.
I think he's going through the motions to do that because he's been at it for so long. But in his heart of hearts, in the quiet of the night, he hates the world. He doesn't think it's actually redeemable. And he's still going to go through it, right?
Would you be so motivated if you really didn't?
Look at Thorfinn. Look how empty his goal's been. And he's gone through such lengths to achieve nothing. I think there's like really similar parallels. They're not one-to-one, but there's a lot of parallels between Thorfinn and Askeladd. They're two carts going down the same freaking railroad, just at different points in there. So
I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like there's a difference between the core. I think a lot of their actions are similar, but I think at the end of the day, the core of what Askeladd wants and the core of what Thorfinn wants are different.
They are different. They're different goals, and they have different motivations. But Askeladd's, I feel, even though his motivations might be more noble and all that stuff, I don't think... Like, it's just literally just what I said. I think at the end of the day, he's going through the motions because what else is he going to do, right? He's been at it for so long. And I really legitimately think that in his heart of hearts, he just hates the world. He'd rather see it burn, right? He's not going to because he can't. Like, how do you even do that? But if he could, like, snap his fingers and start
help
over.
The prince? Why install the prince as the potential savior of the world, or the savior of, you know, his people? If he really wanted the world to burn, why? Why not? Why not just roll out the carpet for more burning? Why go to such lengths to help the prince? Like, it doesn't support what you're saying his core motivation is. If he was like Joker-esque,
the only thing that's giving me
sense,
pause, I don't necessarily think he's Joker-esque, but the only thing that's giving me pause was the line where he did say, you'd be a better king than me or Swain. King Swain, at least.
Right? Like he said, like, that leads me to believe he wants to be Artorias in a sense, or he wants to create his Artorias. Like, it sounds like he still has hope for the world.
But that clashes with the other thing that he said, where he's like, that's when I knew, like, Artorias wasn't coming.
Yeah, so he had to do it himself. Right? He had to make his own Artorias.
Yeah. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, like, it's hard because he just seems so resigned to the terrible fate of the world. He's like, you cut one down, two more come in its place. Like, no matter what you do. I think it's
because he, at the core of him, he really holds that belief that the world could be better, but it's surrounded by a life of difficulty and pessimism and evil. Right? And so, like, he's walking the steps to get the peace achieved, to bring Artorias to light, but he's walking despite the fact that he's doubtful and he's pessimistic and he thinks the world is terrible. But deep down, he really does want the world to be better. And I think that's what keeps him moving forward. And that's what his reason for helping the prince. He sees something in the prince that he thought couldn't be, right? He does have that belief, but then he sees the prince and goes, wait, this last hope that I have, this could be it. And I'll give everything that I thought I was going to throw away to achieve it.
So does he see it in the prince now, or you think he saw it in the prince since the beginning?
I think since that time where he had that, like, moment, I can't remember exactly when it was, but he had that moment where he saw the prince and he thought, you know, there's something here. This guy's different. Right? Because
before the prince had his change of heart, Askeladd was still trying to install him as prince.
Right, but he I think even before that, I think he wanted to help the prince grow because he thought that the prince could become someone that could lead to peace and a better world. And therefore he did the steps. And he's like, listen, this guy either breaks or he becomes the man that I need him to be.
Yeah.
And so he gambled on it. And he says, you know what? Frick it. If the prince breaks and it's over, all right, then frick the world. Whatever. I didn't care anyways. But if it works and he becomes the king that I hope he is, I will be the one to, it was a gamble, right? He said to himself, I'll be the one that kneels down and I'll give my life to this prince if he can achieve what I want him to. And then when he saw that the prince had grown from that, he immediately was like, I'm freaking swearing fealty to you.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he's teetering on a knife's edge, and
possible, yeah.
Any little thing can tip him one way or the other to just, like, I don't necessarily attribute him, like, just wants to watch the world burn like the Joker. But I just think I'm not as convinced as to how much his heart is in it. I don't like. I still believe he wants it probably, but it's more so. It's less intrinsic motivation of wanting a better world, and more so going through the motions. But I don't deny that the intrinsic motivation is natively there. Like, I do still think there is some of that left, but I feel like it's just it's been stripped away for so long. I don't know. We probably had like different interpretations of his story, it seems like.
Right.
Because his story was just, yeah, it was
the story of how he gave up on the world.
Yeah, it was the story of how he gave up on the world and how he hates warriors. And that's all there is. It's all his world is a world of warriors. Everywhere he looks, it's just warriors. And I don't necessarily think he would say, I want to make the world a better place, in the same breath that he says, I hope the final judgment comes soon, and just wipes it all away.
But then why install a prince who he believes will bring peace? Why go to such lengths? Why dedicate his life to this now?
I think there's a tiny, tiny little baby nugget in there that maybe wants that, but he's been at this for so long that you just like, I don't know. Maybe it's partly for his mom, partly for himself, partly because there's nothing else to do, and a tiny part because maybe he's holding on to that last sliver of hope. But it's so small and minuscule that I think his hatred of the world overpowers the hope. Doesn't overpower all the other motivations put together, but it overpowers the hope aspect of it. That's how I'm seeing it. I just don't know. I
feel like if he had no hope, then he wouldn't be moving forward, right? I think he's got some sliver of hope left, and I
think he does. I think he has a sliver of hope, but I don't think it's as big as his hatred.
Do you think he would risk his life to save the prince?
Yes, he's already put his life on the line for the prince already, so I think he probably would.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. But that says a lot, I think, about Askeladd and what his true desires are.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah. But how do you reconcile though with the word that he said, that he's like, listen, guys, I just hope the world ends as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be alive to see it, but
I think that he thinks that he believes that. And I think that that's what he says, but I don't think that's what he really believes. I think he's so conniving that he's convinced himself that he's without any hope for the world. And because he says that, but at the same time maybe. I go, but look at you walking the walk. You're talking the talk, but you aren't walking that same thing that you're talking about. You're doing something different. Your actions and your words are saying two different things.
Yeah. I think as I contemplate here, I think the reason I'm having such a hard time coming to terms with hope being a bigger motivator than it is because hope in the context of the show, and really in more context, but less so, is a naive ambition. It's like a naive attribute. It's the attribute of a child. And I would think that Askeladd has stripped himself of all forms of naivety. That's even how you say the word, but I think it is.
Naivety, yeah.
Yeah, I think he stripped himself of all that at this point. But I could be wrong. Maybe there is the child underneath all that. That's still.
I think that's probably
hopes.
part of the parallel that they're trying to make here with him and Thorfinn. Right? Despite all of the anger and the rage and revenge, that like Thorfinn's still there, and Thorfinn has had this revelation about himself, and Askeladd may not even realize that's what he's doing. But, you know, I think, I don't know, to a degree, I think he says, again, I think Askeladd says one thing and does another.
Believes another.
And he might actually know that he's trying to deceive himself if he really reflected. But I don't know. It's hard to say, right? It's hard to say what the true motivation is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other part too that's people are gonna get tired of me hearing about the first law. Like, go read it, guys. 100%. I can't recommend it enough. It's more depressing than Vinland Saga, in my opinion. So just be wary of that. But it is so good, especially the books in between the two trilogies. Like, the two trilogies are fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but there's like 5-ish books in between the two of them that are just so good. And one of them deals about revenge, and this lady essentially wants revenge, and as she continues to achieve her goal, the sacrifices that she has to make are like so terrible and just not worth it in the least. But she's held on to revenge for so long that she can't let go. And she wants to let go. And every fiber in her being is screaming to let go. And she doesn't. And you're like, why? Just stop. Why are you doing this to yourself? Are you stupid? Stop it, woman. And she even says those things to herself. And she keeps going. She doesn't stop. And you're like, what are you doing? You're making it worse for yourself. And every step along the way, she has an option to turn back. And she doesn't. Revenge just wholly consumes her.
Do you think that this is what's going to happen with Thorfinn then? That Thorfinn is now having a revelation here, but he's still going to struggle to let go?
I hope he doesn't. I hope he turns around. I hope he turns around, dude. I don't know. I think the conversation with the merchant had a bigger effect on him than he wanted to admit. So that's my only hope. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, the whole reason I brought up that is because I think it's called Best Served Cold is the name of the book. It's because it was a lot of that. It's like you were a bright-eyed, innocent young, buck, young girl. I guess she wasn't really young, but something goes terribly wrong in your life, and you say certain things, and you go through certain actions, trying to get justice, trying to do the right thing, and it just, it's an evil world, and it just moves you along, and you lack the courage or the conviction or the intelligence or whatever it is to realize what you're doing to yourself, even though you're hurting yourself in the process. And so that's really what was happening in my mind when Askeladd was telling his story and everything. It's just like, yeah, man, this guy's resigned to his fate, and he hates the world. And he's been going through the motions for so long that, like, he could have turned around at any moment, right? He didn't need to kill that village. He didn't need to do any of the things that he's done. He even tells other people, like, listen, bro, just go get a wife, raise some sheep, have peace, and just be done with it. Why do you continue? Right.
True.
And he doesn't listen to his own advice. And so it's all these like thoughts in my head, like bouncing around. But there is, I will say, like, I don't think hope is totally gone. Because you're right. He would step in front of the prince. But then again, I don't know. These characters are so multi-layered and so complex. It's so wonderful, dude. I'm loving this show, dude.
Yeah, it's difficult to pin them down, right? Because they're They've got a whole life and story behind them. It really feels like it. So, yeah.
These are the best kind of characters. The ones where nothing is cut and dry. And literally the audience is able to just take from it what they will. There's a quote from Brandon Sanderson through one of his characters in his book. And it basically says the role of a storyteller is not to tell the audience what to think, but to give them questions with which to think upon. Something like that. I made him, skipped a word here or there,
Sure.
but it's basically that. And this is what this show's doing, man. It's doing it so well. It's not giving us the answer, but it's just giving us such a feast of information with which to draw our own conclusions. It's so good.
So good.
Fantastic.
So good. Yeah, I can't wait I don't know when we're going to get to season 2, but I can't wait to watch season 2. It's going to be freaking awesome.
If it's even like 80% as good as season 1, we're in for
I heard
treat.
it's better.
Oh, how, dude? How?
And I'm
How
not
is that
going to say because I don't want to give too much away. All I can say is that it's going to be better in like all of the ways that you're going to want it to be better.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like everything that you're jiving with that you like the most about season 1, from what I understand, is like what the focus is in season 2.
Wow. Can't wait. Can't wait. We'll see what happens. But it's going to be so good. Oh.
Yeah.
So was this a manga that was just like it ran for a certain amount of time and now it's like over?
That's a good question. It might be over. I think it could be over. I'm not sure if like the second season is the last season either. There might be one more maybe, but I really don't know. I haven't looked at anything. So
okay.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
All right. Well, this was a fantastic episode. Fantastic 2 episodes.
Yes.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed our reaction. A huge thank you to our Patreon supporters for picking this show.
Yes.
If you guys want to pick the next one, whenever that's happening, go ahead and check out our Patreon and our YouTube channel membership and check those out as well to get things 2 weeks ahead of time. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
You ready?
Take care.